Hey guys, Coach Aaron here with your at-home workout of the day for Tuesday, April 13th. For today, you're going to need a PVC pipe or a broomstick or a dowel. Okay, you're going to need a dumbbell, and you're also going to need a bench, box, ottoman, or stool. So our prep for today, we are going to do 10 PVC pass-throughs, followed by 30 prone scap retractions, and finally 8 plank up-downs. Okay, so for the PVC pass-through, you're gonna grab your broomstick, dowel, or even hockey stick. Nice wide grip on the stick. You're going to contract your core and glutes, starting with the dowel in front of your body. You're going to bring it up and around overhead, all the way back to your lower back, keeping your rib cage tucked in, and then you're gonna make your way back to your starting position. Okay, if you need to widen your grip a little bit more because it's too difficult, you can do so, or to make it a little more difficult, shorten your grip and bring your hands closer together. Okay, we are going to complete 10 reps of the PVC pass-through. Then we're going to do a prone scap retraction. So you're gonna make your way down to the floor. Your hands are going to be beside your chest and forehead down to the floor. Okay, making sure our shoulders are down and away from our ears. We're going to bring our hands up off the ground, squeezing our shoulder blades together, and then replacing them back down to the floor. Okay, you can make these repetitions nice and quick. We're going to be doing 30 reps of that prone scap retraction. Then we are going to finish the prep with our plank up downs. Okay, making our way back down to the floor into a high plank position. My shoulders are stacked over top of my wrists. I'm going to lower my body down to the ground onto my elbows. Then I'm going to come back up onto my hands, alternating which hand I start with each time, making sure my core is engaged and I'm not rocking my hips from side to side. Okay, I'm going to complete 8 reps of the plank up down. Then we're going to go back up to the top, completing these 3 exercises for 3 rounds. And that is your prep for the day. So your strength for the day, you are going to complete 20 bird dog rows, or 10 on each side, 8 box dips, and 16 dumbbell dead bugs, or 8 on each side. To start, we're starting with that bird dog row. So you're gonna make your way down to the floor, okay, into that 4-point position, making sure our shoulders are over top of our wrists and our hips over top of our knees. Gonna bring that dumbbell underneath one of your arms. The opposite leg to that dumbbell, you're going to lift up to the ceiling, okay, squeezing that glute. Then I'm going to roll the dumbbell into my rib cage and lower it back down to the floor. Okay, keeping my elbow nice and tight. I'm gonna complete 10 reps on one side and then switch over and 10 reps on the other side. Okay, after that, we're going to complete 8 box dips. So you're gonna make your way over to your box, bench, or stool. Okay, you can have your hands on either side of your hips. You're gonna walk your feet out in front of you, toes up to the sky. I'm gonna lower myself down to the floor and then back up. Elbows are going directly behind me. Okay, I can make it a little bit easier by bringing my feet a little bit closer and flat on the floor. Or I can make it a little bit more difficult by adding a second chair and putting my feet up on that chair. Okay, you are going to complete 8 reps. Finally, we are going to end with the dumbbell dead bug. So you're gonna make your way back down to the floor, grabbing that dumbbell. Okay, back is nice and flat on the floor. You're gonna grab either side of the dumbbell, pressing it straight up in front of your face, overhead. Okay, bring your feet up into a tabletop position, tucking my rib cage in, and back nice and flat on the ground. As I lower the dumbbell back towards the floor, I'm gonna lower one leg at the same time and then come back up to that tabletop position. I'm gonna alternate, the other leg's gonna come down and then come back up to that tabletop position. Okay, I'm going to complete 8 reps on each side, or 16 in total. Then we're gonna go back up to the top, complete 4 rounds, and that is your strength for the day. So your Metcon for the day. You're going to be completing 4 different exercises, each being 40 seconds on and 20 seconds off. We're going to go through each exercise for 3 rounds, which is 12 minutes in total. So your first exercise is a dumbbell jack. So you're gonna grab the dumbbell and hold it on either side. You're going to start with the dumbbell at chest level with your feet nice and close. Okay, I'm gonna start by pushing that dumbbell overhead and coming into a wide stance and then coming back to center. I'm gonna go through that for 40 seconds with a 20-second break after. Your second exercise is a V-up. So I'm gonna make my way to the floor. Back is gonna be on the ground. My feet are outstretched in front of me and my arms are outstretched behind me. Okay, I'm going to lift my arms and legs up at the same time, coming up into a V and then lowering back down to the floor. Okay, if that's too difficult, you can bring your feet up to the ceiling and you can actually lift your hands up to meet your toes, lifting your shoulders off the ground for each rep. Okay, you're gonna complete that for 40 seconds and then have a 20-second break. Exercise number 3 is a split jump. So I'm gonna start in my split stance position. Okay, I'm gonna keep my chest nice and tall and my core engaged as I lower myself down to the floor. I'm gonna come up and jump and switch legs in the air with my other leg in front when I land. Okay, I'm gonna complete that for 40 seconds with a 20-second break when I'm done. Okay, your fourth and final exercise, you're gonna make your way back down to the floor for a mountain climber. So my shoulders are stacked over top of my wrists. My core is engaged the whole time. I'm gonna drive one knee up towards my chest and then replace it with the other side. Okay, always making sure that my core is engaged and my hips are staying down. I don't wanna see them come up in the air. So driving those knees towards the chest and staying over top of those wrists. You're gonna complete that for 40 seconds with a 20-second break. Then we're gonna go back up to the top. We're gonna complete that for 3 rounds, which is 12 minutes in total. And that is your Metcon for the day.